and welcome to Women Talk. I'm Nadia Heng. Thanks for joining us on the show. For many people out there, becoming a parent is one of life's most rewarding and meaningful experiences. It's filled with joy, love, unforgettable milestones. But it also comes with heavy responsibilities, and those responsibilities can look very different from what they did a generation ago. So beyond basic access to good education and well-being, societal expectations on what it takes to become a good parent today is pretty tough. And of course, it's no surprise then that more and more young Malaysians are deciding to delay having children, or they're deciding to have less kids, perhaps because of the financial responsibilities that this involves. So today we ask a meaningful but important question. Are kids really that expensive? Well, joining me in the studio today, I have two exceptional mummies. First up, thanks for joining us, Sophia Mastan.
Thank you for having me.
Community builder and also communications professional, and also a proud mom of two beautiful daughters. And also, of course, here in this gorgeous emerald green, we have Datin Ernie Dakritawati Yuliana, or better known as Datin Rita.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us on the show. Entrepreneur and managing director, and a very proud mom of 5 incredible kids. Can I mention their ages?
Yes,
The
please.
oldest is 14.
14.
And the youngest is 3. That is insane. Well, thank you, ladies, for joining us on the show. I cannot wait to pick your brains to find out your thoughts on this very hot topic. So, Sophia, I'm going to put you in the hot seat straight away, right off the bat, and ask you this. What was one thing, especially now raising your kids in an environment where the cost of everything is going up, what was one thing that no one warned you about? You were like, whoa, no one prepared me for this.
I think it's their extracurricular activities. I never thought it's going to be that expensive. And I didn't, because I'm the kind of mom that if I put my kid in something, they have to finish it. So not to give up or finish halfway. But their sport, like even if it's swimming, it's quite expensive. So it's something that I said to my husband, let's start her on swimming just as a life skill. But then it turned into like a full-blown like sports, and then we look at the financial and we're like, what? I never thought this is going to be the price at this point. Yeah, I think it's because the other stuff you're already mentally prepared. Like, when they're kids, you need to prepare diapers and milk and all these things. And when they go to school, you have to prepare books and everything. So this is something that I think as parent, for me at least, is okay. You have to have that. You have to have that essential. But when it comes to sports, you want to give them, and I think it's very essential and also important to do, but I never thought that it's going to be so expensive.
Absolutely. Well, Datin Rita,
yeah.
I know you have a 3-year-old, but you also have a 14-year-old. So
yes.
I'm curious, raising your kids through their different phases of life, which is one area where you've really seen the cost has gone up compared to when your child was younger?
I think their education and the extracurriculum activities lah, which is all my kids be in Chinese school, so they need to be extra in the language activities, that kind of thing. So for me, of course, it's very costly to us, but at the end of the day, is parents nowadays is like they want their best for their kids. I mean, they are joining everything. Like now have a coaching session in sports, and then language program, and then coding lesson, that kind of thing. They want to prepare their kids for the future. So last time, my son is very straightforward, just paying the tuition fees, the school fees. But nowadays, the fees is like,
long list.
From basic tuition
to basic tuition,
layers,
layers by layers. So everything have to be paid to make sure they are ready for the future.
That makes a lot of sense. You want the best for your kids.
Yes.
Sophia, I want to ask you this. I find, especially for millennials and Gen Z parents, there's a lot of expectations to provide your kids with gadgets for enrichment classes, specially curated experiences like, baking classes. Do you feel like all of this is born out of necessity in 2026 in this day and age, or is it out of societal expectations?
I think it's both. I think there are certain things that is necessities, because now school uses a lot of gadgets. Sometimes we do need phones for like, you know, communication with the teachers, but I think it's also societal expectation with social media. People look at, oh, this kid have this, so my kid has to have it. I have the pressure as well, because when they go on the weekends with their grandmother's house and all their cousins will be with gadgets, and she'll feel left out and you feel guilty because they feel left out. So I think it's both ways, and you just need to know, I think as parents, you need to know, okay, this is, I think it's not necessary, or this is necessary because it's for school, or you need for like their swim meet or something like that. Yeah. So both, I think both carries weight. Yeah.
I think that's a fair answer. Datin Rita, how did you decide, or how do you still continue to decide what is worth spending your money on and what isn't?
We always ask to ourselves that, is this really good for the kids, for their skills, for their confidence in the future? Then it's an investment. So you must, you must tell the kids actually what they really need and what they really want. The different needs and wants is totally different. So what they really need for their education, what they really want is not very important.
Sorry, kids.
Sorry, kids. But this
Mom
is the
knows
truth.
best.
This is true story. But you have to differentiate. This is the lesson that I think is a lesson for the lifetime, because it will take them into their future. Actually, what they really need and what they really want. Same comes to what is important, what is priority to you.
Absolutely. And when you have a finite, budget, right, it's really up to parents to then be very discerning and figuring out, I love that, what is an investment for your child's future and what's just really a want. Well, ladies, we're going to be right back and we're going to discuss this even further after the break. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. More excitement on this topic. Welcome back to Women Talk. You're here with me, Nadia Heng, your host, and joining me in the studio is the vivacious Datin Rita and the wonderful Sophia. Thanks for joining us on the show, ladies.
Thank you.
And spilling the tea on what it's like to be a parent in 2026. I think in today's day and age, it's even harder for most parents because today parents are comparing on an even more amplified magnitude. They're being compared instantly and publicly, especially with social media, from your children's achievements to your family vacations to the curated experiences. I can only imagine what it must be like. So, Datin Rita, let me ask you this. You've seen many trends come and go.
Yes.
And I'm sure by now you also have your own take on, do you actually feel that there's genuinely a bigger amount of pressure to be considered a good parent?
Every parents want to give their best holiday to their kids, best birthday party, best experience, that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, is that what the kids want? Yeah. From my experience itself, okay. Of course, when my second son have a birthday, want to have a birthday party. Okay, this is my experience. Okay. Want to have a birthday party. Of course, as a parent, I want to have like big birthday parties with all my friends, his friends, all the school friends coming around, and then with the clown or everything. That what we want is the best for him. But at the end of the day, when I ask him, actually, what you want in your birthday party? No, I don't need everyone. I just need you, Daddy, and the siblings.
So sweet.
And then, where do you want to go? I say, where do you want to go? I say, and they said, I want to go to Sawi Lagoon only. Want to swimming and having a so simple. Actually, for them, the perfect birthday party for them is only us.
Exactly.
Around him.
I love that. I think it's understanding what does the best look like.
Yes.
Is being the best parent and giving the best for your children what everyone is showcasing and comparing on social media.
Don't compare because everyone have their own stories.
Sophia, do you feel like, I know you're very active on TikTok and Instagram. I love your content, by the way. Do you feel like you see it a lot? There's a lot of pressure on social media and a new benchmark that's being created thanks to social media as a parent. And how do you navigate this?
I think people look at social media and think that's parenting. or you, like you said, birthday parties, and they think, oh, we have to do it for our kids, or they always look at social media or somebody's stories and think that, oh, they want to be like that. But actually, life is so simple. So a personal story, one of my daughter's birthday, we don't want to do anything fancy, so we just bring them to the river and just camp, and that's like the best memory. And I don't even spend a single cent except for like probably food. So there's a lot, I think when people talk about, oh, economy is going up, I think it's choices. And we are parents and we are the one who teach the children. It's not the other way around. So we create memories for them. We teach them certain things. So when I was younger, the big birthday parties, I don't remember, that's so true. But it's more of like the spending time with my parents are the one that I cherish also with my brothers. So it's about teaching our children that money is not everything. Yes, we need it to survive, but all these things are doable. In Malaysia, there's so many parks that is also not, you don't need money for it. You can bring your kids there. And that's why if we in social media, if we have influencers or celebrities that advocates about this, I think it would help a lot in the mental health for parents as well. Because I think parents are suppressed in this kind of financial thing, like, oh, I need to have a certain amount, or I need to be, have this big birthday party because my kids won't be happy. But actually, like you said, even your son is happy for just going to Sanadagur with their family. So
yeah, it's true.
It's us parents that put the benchmark on our children, and social media is just noise.
I could not agree more. And I love that you're saying that and advocating this.
Yeah.
Now, let me also ask you, I know you touched a little bit about mom guilt earlier, and I have friends who are moms and the mom guilt is real. So how do you navigate mom guilt? Let's say if your children's peers have toys or different experiences, different family vacations, and maybe you're not able to provide it, or you feel like you don't want to overindulge, right? How do you cope with mom guilt?
I definitely have mom guilt, and when people say they don't have, I think they're lying, because all of us, I would have it, whether it's tiny or big. And for me, it's simple because, like I said again, our kids are they're very simple human beings. If we teach them to be modest, if we teach them, to feel enough, they will feel enough. So. Yes, I brought my kids abroad, but I also have brought my kids to Penang and to the beach. And yes, I've brought my kids to the 5-star hotel, but I also have brought my kids to the Port Dickson or even Penang, and it's just a 4-star hotel or 3-star hotel. But it's the memories that they remember. Oh, mommy, can I go to the beach again? They never say, mommy, can I go to this hotel? Or mommy, can I go to this, to Switzerland or something like that? Again, it's all about how we, I think, mentally, and also how we teach our children as parents. And it's so important to tell the millennials, Gen Z, and how our parents last time, they're very, I think, the bare minimum.
Brilliant. Okay, we've got 1 minute before we take a little break. So, Datin Rita, I'm going to put you on the spot to give us one line, if you were to share advice on something that you spoke on very passionately earlier. How do you differentiate between an investment for your child versus overindulging your child?
Don't make them so comfortable what they have now, because when we overindulge, they are so comfortable, they not learn how to get it. So we must make them to be independent also, to be independent, to be survive in the future.
Brilliantly said. Thank you so much, Datin Rita. Thank you, Sophia. We're going to be right back after the break, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Women Talk. I'm Nadia Heng, and here with me in the studio is Datin Rita and Sophia. So this is our final segment, but of course this is a very important one as well, because globally birth rates are definitely falling and affordability has become a major concern for young families, even in Malaysia. More and more young families in Malaysia are saying they would love to have children one day, but they don't know if they can afford it. So in this session, we're going to dive into the idea of luxury and having children. Are they really inseparable? Sophia, let me ask you this. Okay. As a mom yourself who has a 3-year-old and an 8-year-old, you are navigating the economic realities. As I've mentioned, many young Malaysians say that they're not sure if they can afford it. What do you say to that?
Yeah, I think among my friends and also the community that I built, a lot of the moms are actually very concern. So they all just, it's of quality over quantity, I feel like. And we all want the best for our children. So therefore, what's going on with the economy also plays an important role. And even giving birth in hospitals, especially if you are doing private, it is not cheap. So that's why I think now more parents are more mindful of having more children. And again, it's not about having more kids, it's also about how do you raise them. So it's, for me, it's very important. I want the best for each and everyone. So I guess it does play a pivotal role.
It does play a pivotal role, absolutely. Datin Rita, do you think it's important that parents should be, financially ready before they consider having kids? Or is it something that as a couple, as parents, you'll be able to stabilize over time? What's your take?
Okay, for me, when you have a stability finance, it's very good. To make sure the kids' future as well. But then, at the end of the day, I don't think so. Parents are ready at all time because they have to have really financial plan, really have to discipline to have the good financial for the kids itself. It comes time by time. The time will tell when you have a discipline, then the financial will come to have a stability, okay? But then at the end of the day, the kids don't need the parents that have a perfect finance, but they need the parents that have coming with them with a better future.
Sophia, what is your take, especially when it comes to being a parent right now? Your children are still young. Do you suffer from any anxiety that you worry about future costs? And what does that look like? Is it about education? Are you more worried about healthcare or the extracurricular activities that you still need to provide them with?
I think it's more of education and healthcare, because education, universities, if you want to put your kids, outside Malaysia, this kind of thing, you have to think and definitely have to save a lot and financially be prepared for it. And I have 2 girls, so that's double whatever that I have to. And yes, with sports, my first daughter is actually a competitive swimmer, and one swimsuit costs around 800 ringgit. Yeah, nowadays. Wow. I know you are also.
It used to cost 25 ringgit.
Exactly. So it's 800 to 1. There's up till 1,500.
I didn't know that.
Yes, and she's only 8. And as she goes, I know the cost is going to go up. So that's because I do want her to excel in both education and sports. So it's something that gives me anxiety from day to day.
All right. Well, I guess it's inevitable.
Yeah.
And as long as your child is enjoying and passionate about it, I think that makes it all worth the while.
That's so true.
It's not being forced upon them. Datin Rita, everything that you've done, everything that you've spent, all the sacrifices that you've made so far, what has been the most rewarding for you as a mom? That's not financially, but emotionally.
Okay. For me, if they can have an achievement in their studies, is a bonus. But then at the end of the day, how they are kind, they respect people, how their achievement within the, within their friends, with how they communicate, that makes me, I'm proud of myself to say that this is the kind of the kids that I want, the kindness that you cannot, how I want to say.
Money can't buy that.
Yeah, money can buy that. Money
it's
can buy
their
that.
attitude,
Politeness. Politeness.
It's hard to. It's something that money can't buy.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Their character, seeing them turn and mold into the human beings that they grow up into.
Yes.
I love that. Well, ladies, before we wrap things up, I'd like to conclude with this one question for both of you. So after our discussion today, do you feel like the societal expectations are what is making the cost of raising kids expensive, or is that actually the realities? Sophia?
I think it's societal expectation. I think there's choices in life, and yes, economy is not that great, but it's also choices. There's you go to the grocery store, there's choices of using this detergent or that detergent. There's 2 different prices. So it's same goes to school, about kids going to school. There's also choices of private and also government school. Both education, I feel like it's great. So it's all choices, I feel like, to let the parents not think too much or have mentally it's challenging for them. They need to really choose and think what's best for the household and not what society expects of them.
Absolutely. Datin Rita, what do you think?
It's your choice. It's your choice. See, from the expectation of the courses itself, it's your choice. And then together with what the kids want, is also your choice. So the parents itself have to make a really good decision between what the kids want and what the kids needs. At the end of the day, it's parent choice. What's the best for the kids?
I love it. This has been such a wonderful, wholesome session. And I think to reiterate some of my favorite takeaways here is that, as parents, I think in every generation, raising kids is always going to be a struggle. But in this day and age, in an age of social media, one of the key things really is filtering out all the noise that you hear, all the comparisons on social media, and really honing in and listening to your child on what makes them happy, what their passions are.
Yeah.
And as parents, with your partner, deciding what is really an investment in your child and their future. So with that, the cost of raising a kid might continue to rise, but I think we've really seen that the love, the passion, the sacrifice of being a parent remains the same. We hope you've enjoyed today's segment. Thank you so much, Datin Rita. Thank you, Sophia.
Thank you for having us.
And don't forget, you can also share some love with us on our social platforms at Women Talk TV3 and TV3 Malaysia. I'm Nadia Heng, signing off. Until the next time. Bye, everyone.